Okay, good evening, everyone. It is 5 p.m., June 17th, 2024. It's time to call the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. Ms. Jones, roll call, please.
Mr. Barnett.
Present.
Mr. Austin.
Here.
Ms. Gross. Present.
Thank you, ma'am.
A grand entrance.
Yeah. Let's please stand for the pledge. It's still 5 o'clock, by the way. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Is there any announcements or public comment that does not contain to the agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda for the June 3rd Board of Works meeting and also the approval of claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item, old business. I'm kind of proud of the fact that we usually don't have old business, but we tabled this one from the last time, request. And tonight, what it reads is request board action on proposal conversion of streetlights to LED through agreements with Duke Energy. I am asking that we table this one again till the next meeting. I've been in conversation with Duke as well and still waiting for some answers for Lynn and I think we've made a little bit of headway, not sure, but we'll see the next meeting. So I'd like to make a motion to table item 1.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, under new business, approval of budgetary resolution 24-01, transfer from sewer maintenance 300 to sewer maintenance 200 in the amount of $100,000, DPW Superintendent Sally Brown.
Thank you. I just wanted to move money from sewer maintenance services to sewer maintenance supplies. This is not asking for additional money today, just moving it.
And just for the board's knowledge here, today we talked about at the Board of Works meeting, department head meeting, that next year Sally is going to be working on her budget along with all the other department heads to address trying to get where we have fewer moving funds from one budget to the other. We're going to try to help that next year. So just wanted to let the board know we already started working on the 2025 budget, and that was one of the assignments for today, is try to figure out what we really need to move ahead of time. So with that said, I would make a motion for the approval of budgetary resolution 24-01 to transfer the funds that is already there.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item, approval of budgetary resolution 24-02, transfer from Fund 4414 to Fund 3322 in the amount of $231,072.11 per the bond council's direction. Clerk Treasurer Jan Jones.
Yeah, I think this was just a slight or small oversight that once the bond council and Jeff Peters started looking, we should have $341,750 in the sewer debt service reserve per the contract that we set up at the beginning when we started all this. So we are just simply moving it from the sewer bond proceeds, the 4414 fund, to the sewer debt service reserve, the 3322, to get to where we should be, and from here on out, then everything will be in order.
Jan, thank you. The clerk treasurer's office was great in finding this out when it was originally established. You'll also see it, Councilman Austin, you will see it on the council agenda, which is not typical when we're talking about sewer proceeds because the Board of Works has the authority over there. But because the actual original bond issuance came from council approval, and we need to clean it up. It's probably a belt and suspenders. I'm maybe being too cautious in that regard, but it will, because they approved, the council approved the bond.
Yes.
That's where the source of these funds were. I thought it appropriate, A, for you folks to take action, and then it'll be on the council agenda too, because we're actually moving it from what they originally approved. They normally wouldn't do that. So I appreciate Jan and her office actually reaching out and saying, do we need it on both? So it was great. Thank you.
So are you transferring bond proceeds to the debt service reserve?
We are.
Yes. They're there, but they were in the wrong account, yeah.
So the bond proceeds were meant to pay the debt service payment?
Yeah,
Okay,
they should have been there in the first place, and just for some oversight, and then Jan's office caught it, so.
okay. I'll move to approve budgetary resolution 24-2, transfer from Fund 4414 to Fund 3322 in the amount of $231,072.11.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item, request approval and execution of supplement number 2 for inspection of the East Jefferson Street sidewalk project. City Engineer Mark Richards.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. If you'll recall, this project was initiated back in, I think, 2019. And then it was split off of the State Road 44 pedestrian project that was able to be completed, and a contract to hire a contractor was able to be signed because it was able to go ahead of schedule because there was no right-of-way required on that project. The Jefferson Street project had to be, had to have some right-of-way acquisition. It also had to go through 3 different lettings because of the cost of the construction being much greater than what was originally scoped. The final contract amount was $1.15 million, so it was about 2.5 times the original estimate. Crossroad had said that they would hold with the original inspection cost amount, which was actually signed by the Board of Works prior to the first letting. So there was an indication to Crossroad that the cost would be, and the effort would be much less than what they've actually encountered. So Crossroads had to expend more effort on the inspection side of it, plus the cost of the construction actually increased quite a bit. So the inspection cost is usually about somewhere around 10% of the construction cost. The original amount of the inspection contract was $60,000. They are asking to increase the inspection contract by $60,000, so a total of $120,000. But they have provided some reasonable justification for this additional amount. They've had to expend more effort to manage the contractor. The job is going very well at this point, and it's actually nearing completion. But it's just ended up being a little bit more of an effort than what they had originally anticipated back in 2021, I think, is when the original contract was signed.
Okay, and I think, Mark, I just want to clarify a little bit, and I do agree that this has turned out to be a lot more than they expected. It's a lot more than we expected, and it started growing into more after the state got involved with more of their
Design requirements, yeah.
Yeah, design requirements and the funding that they were giving us to do this. And I hadn't said anything to you or Trent about this, but I certainly expected that to happen whenever I seen what the normal rate for inspection versus what usually is paid through contracts with what the percentage. Do you know what that percentage is to do the math? You said it's usually about 10%. What is it now at the 120? Is that going to be right at the 10?
It's going to be right around 10%, yeah.
Okay, and that's usually what most of these inspection contracts are. So honestly, I'm comfortable with this one, although everybody knows I don't like change orders, but this one makes sense.
Well, NDOT did come through and increase their funding amount, so our actual out-of-pocket on the construction side of things is about $50,000 on a $1.15 million project. So that's exceptional.
And this is an addendum to a professional services agreement as opposed to a strict contract on a on a bid project, correct?
Yes.
That's what I recalled you saying.
I'll move for approval and execution of supplement number 2 for inspection of the East Jefferson Street sidewalk project.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next item, request approval and execution of final change order for the Brookhaven Drive Passing Blister Project. City Engineer Mark Richards.
Thank you, Mayor. Have a change order. It's a final balancing change order for the Brookhaven Passing Blister Project. It basically is just adjusting the final contract amount for the actual
I'll try to too.
items used on the quantities for the contract. The original contract amount was $147,189. The change order amount is $3,719.91. So the revised project contract amount will be $150,908.91, should you elect to approve this. That is about a 2.5% increase in the contract amount. So we're well within the 20% allowable.
I like that percentage.
Yeah.
Don't see that often.
Mark, this change order number 1, and it's just about completed, correct? If not completed?
It is complete, yes.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is the final.
This is the final change order, the only one on the project.
great. That said, I'll make a motion to approve the execution of the final change order for the Brookhaven Drive Passing Blister Project.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, it's under other business. I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the liens on, approve to file liens on unkept property as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we started with Chip, I think, last time. How about you this time, Sally?
Like I reported last time, the auger system is, they're still working on it. We're waiting on electricians, but most of it's in. It'll be probably a couple more weeks before we can use it. So, and we did hire a new person for the wastewater treatment plant, and he should begin next Monday.
Okay,
That's it.
thank you. Mark?
I have nothing additional tonight, sir.
Jason?
They started the roof project from the storm last March, April. Electrician came today to start relocating electrical lines. He's got 2 weeks worth of work maybe, and then they'll start with the roof.
Okay. You guys doing a good job, by the way.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Crystal?
Just to remind everybody that the Art Craft is having a cooking school Friday evening, this Friday. Tickets are on sale. It starts at 7. And then also Friday night is the Canvas Clash, which is like an art battle. It's upstairs at the Elks. That also starts, I think, at 7. Tickets are on sale for both of those events. The Canvas Clash is through Discover Downtown Franklin. And then Saturday, the hottest day of the year, is going to be Ethos, the art festival. So we have double the number of artist vendors this year, so it should be a really great show, but it will be hot, so.
Maybe you can cook outside. Combine them, cooking
Yeah,
and everything outside.
That sounds terrible. So, thank you.
Thank you. Rick?
I don't have anything additional, sir.
Okay, Sherry?
I don't tonight, thank you.
Okay. Chief Snyder?
We got 2 new guys hired on. They'll be at the next city councilman meeting for you to hire, swear in, sir. Station 21 project's getting close to the end date. Try to get a punch-out list done this week or next week at the earliest, so we're moving right along with it.
Okay. Chief Cochran?
Just wanted to introduce our summer intern, Daniel Striegel. He's here with us from Huntington University. He's a junior this year. He's on about a 12 or 13-hour day with me today, so. I mentioned earlier he may not come back tomorrow, but he's here right now, so we appreciate that. We're looking to have him do some recruiting work for us also, working on the project there. And then the next Board of Works meeting, we'll have a promotion coming before you. Deputy Chief Summers will present that. I'll be in Aruba that week. So just wanted to mention Daniel and his work and appreciate him coming down, and that's about it right now.
Does your badge work in Aruba?
What's that?
Does your badge work in Aruba?
No, we'll find out. May not get back.
Chip?
Well, thank you for the 45 minutes. A lot of stuff. One, I wanted to thank the street department. So I haven't given you an update on the cemetery columbarium in a while. It's because it's been under, been creating it for the last 8-9 months. The street department is actually going to take care of the foundation that goes underneath it. So I wanted to publicly recognize them for doing that. I think it's getting ready to happen in the next week or so. Is that right, Jason?
We're pouring tomorrow.
Yeah, I know it was sometime quick. So that's a big deal. It's also a great cost savings to us when they do that. We did have a pre-construction meeting today for the Active Adult Center, so just so you know, that's getting the ball rolling too on that project. If you haven't drove by Community Park, it looks like a whole new, brand new place. It also got new life breathed into it. If you haven't been by, it usually had nobody, and now it's packed all the time, including a new basketball court, so that's a good thing. Matter of fact, it created issues that we're trying to figure out how to get even more parking over there because good things have happened. Now to the not so fun stuff. We had to reschedule the amphitheater concert for Friday, mainly because, and I'm glad this is on YouTube so people can hear, it's not for the spectators because anybody can go and watch it. It's really for the band that's going to be standing in 140-degree sun heat for 3 or 4 hours at a time. And I just think that's unreasonable for us to ask them to do that, especially if we have the ability to reschedule it, which we have. It will now be rescheduled for Friday, August the 16th, if you're keeping track. I did say in the department head meeting today, we have little experience with this. So when Facebook trolls try to question our reasoning for stuff, we tried this last year with a concert. It was 95 degrees. We had maybe 500 people show up. Well, that hurts food vendors. It hurts beer and wine vendors. We pay a lot of money for these events to happen. So if we have the ability to reschedule them, I think we should do that and try to get it at the best time we can. Is it hot in August? Yeah, but we know it's going to be hot Friday. I don't know what it is on August the 16th yet. Maybe we'll reschedule that one too. I don't know. But, so people know that we do, actually methodically do that kind of stuff. We check with the band and check with vendors and all that kind of stuff. We just don't nilly-willy say, oh, this looks like a good one to cancel. Speak of that, we have karaoke tomorrow night at the amphitheater. That has been canceled because of the same reason, the heat. But we've rescheduled it for Friday. If you want to come to the Aquatic Center and swim and do karaoke, you can do it there. A little different atmosphere than it would be standing down there in the heat. There also is another event that is scheduled for Wednesday that was supposed to be at the amphitheater. It's Taquio Drums. Don't know anything about it, but I do know it's rescheduled at the Beeson Hall because it was going to be down at the amphitheater too. So I can't control the weather. I learned that a long time ago at this job. But now back to the good stuff. The Aquatic Center has made $50,000 in about 5 days, which is probably one of the best stretches it's had in the last decade or so. So we take the good with the bad in parks. It is what it is, but that's all I have.
Chip, what did you tell us today that it costs to run this event that we canceled?
This one event that would be Friday is about $12,000. So it's hard for me to justify to spend all that money on something I know hardly nobody is going to come to, when I can easily reschedule it and maybe we have 68-degree weather in August. I don't know. But I know we're going to have 97 on Friday, so that I do know. So it is what it is. So.
Well, I think it's the right decision, just so you know.
Plus, there is a safety aspect.
There absolutely is.
To our people that are standing there.
Absolutely, yeah. So.
Okay, it looks like, 41 minutes left.
I can keep going all day long if you need me to. I can start tucking numbers for you if you want me to. No, I'm just kidding. So.
Shut his mic off.
Shut his mic off. Yeah, before you know it, he'd be asking for more money, right?
We would eventually get there, yes.
Okay. Ken, do you have anything?
Mayor, I don't have anything, thank you.
Okay.
Nothing for me.
Jan? Lynn?
No, sir.
And I don't have anything to add, but thank all of you for being here and keep up the good work. Thank you. We need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.